great question. It completely depends on the person. Some will stay in homestays, some will stay in hotels. We don't really recommend hostels because it gets very loud, but it's up to you. We have an ambassador, Nicola, who actually homesits and stays in people's homes, watches and takes care of their homes while traveling around the world. How cool is that?
Most people complete the online course in about 8 hours during the week, so actually a lot of people take the online course while they're working full time.
Okay, the answer is clearly Hong Kong. There is no other answer. Let me tell you why. Hong Kong literally has everything that you need. If you want mountains, you want to hike, you want to go to the beach, you want to go to the libraries, they have great museums, you want to eat German food, French food, Mexican food, Thai food, Vietnamese food, any kind of cuisine that you want. You even have an Outback Steakhouse. I don't know how I know that because I went there once a week for a steak. But they literally, it's like being home but away. It's the nicest people. You can get around, you can communicate English. You are close to other places that you can travel to. Catch a $100 flight, go to Thailand, go to Philippines. Literally, I'm telling you, it'll change your life if you go to Hong Kong.
So online teaching right now is booming. So we have a lot of questions about this. Is it possible to teach without a degree? Yes, there are going to be some options out there like italki or SchemaTalk. While most will prefer a degree, some you don't.
We actually created our online TEFL course for someone who's a full-time student or even if you're working full-time. So it's very manageable on a part-time basis. Probably going to spend about 10 to 12 hours a week to complete all of your necessary assignments. You do have weekly due dates, but there's no set login time that you have to be attending class, so definitely doable if you have a full-time school schedule. Maybe you're doing it late at night, early in the morning.
So not only does ITA have countless resources to help you find jobs abroad, we also have a team that is dedicated to that, the Student Affairs team. Someone like myself will personally help you through the job search process.
Without a degree and a TEFL certification, you can teach in Central America, South America, through Europe, Spain, Germany, Russia, and if your heart is set on Asia, head to Cambodia.
Yes, it is possible for younger teachers right out of high school to teach English abroad. There are several additional factors to consider because in certain countries there are minimum age requirements and there are educational requirements. And if you contact us and speak to an advisor, they will be able to help explain what some of your options are.
So the practice teaching is something that you'll do on a volunteer basis somewhere close to you. Oftentimes it's not at a public school. It could be like a community center, church, library, things like that. So it won't matter if you're taking your course during the summer. There's still going to be a lot of places where you can compete.
If you want to private tutor, talk to the other English teachers in your area, because if any of them are doing private tutoring, they're going to know people who are also looking for tutors, or if they're leaving the country, they may pass people on to you. So that's how I got mine. So that's the best way.
Okay, international bank account. What I did was I found out what bank was in Hong Kong where I was living and which bank was back at home. That happened to be Citibank. And they did free transfer, wire money transfers from savings to savings. So I signed up for that, and then I signed up for that in Hong Kong. So I also had an HSBC account, which is what I was using because they had better credit cards. So I was using that to purchase things online. I was using my Citibank at Hong Kong. When I go home, transfer money, easy, easy, done.
If you're taking a TEFL course through International TEFL Academy, the employability is going to be the exact same whether you take one of our on-site intensive courses or the online part-time course.
So it really will vary country to country with how much money you can make as an English teacher. Any of the countries on our country chart, you will make enough to support yourself, definitely. If you're looking to save a bit of money, Asia is going to be a really good place to teach. Korea, China, Taiwan.
For health insurance abroad, either you're going to get your own health insurance here from the States, and it's going to be international plan, so it'll be super cheap, or your employer will, it'll be a part of your contract, like that you're covered by the national health insurance of that company.